How do you define the word success? Welcome to the Relive the Moments podcast. I'm John Lim. You know, I've always believed that every single one of us carries a story inside of us. A story that shapes who we are. A story that can inspire, heal, or even change someone else's life. But here's the thing. So many of us wait. We wait for the right time. We wait until we feel ready. We wait until we think our story is good enough. And sometimes, waiting becomes the very reason the story never gets told. Today, I want to talk about why telling your story matters, why it's powerful, why it connects us, and why I also believe that even if you haven't shared yet, even if you've been holding back, it is never too late. Welcome to the show. I'm John Lim, and this episode is one I feel deeply passionate about. We're going to dive into what it means to own your story. We'll talk about the fears that keep us quiet, the breakthroughs that come when we finally share, and the incredible truth that your story matters no matter when you choose to tell it. Let's start with this. Stories are how we connect as human beings. They're older than any written book. They're how wisdom passed down from one generation to the next. When you tell your story, you're not just telling people about yourself, you're giving them a piece of themselves. You're saying, you're not alone. You're saying, if I've been through this and made it through, maybe you can too. I've learned that stories carry weight. They stick with us. Long after facts and statistics fade, it's the stories we remember. So why do so many of us hold back? I think it comes down to fear. Fear of judgment, fear of rejection, fear that maybe our story isn't worth telling. I've been there. I've wondered if my words were enough, if my experiences really mattered, and maybe you felt the same. But here's the truth. The very thing you've lived through, the thing you might see as ordinary, could be the exact story someone else needs to hear. What feels small to you might be life-changing to them. One of the most important lessons I've learned is this. It's never too late. I've met people who didn't find the courage to share their story until they were much older. And yet when they did, the impact was incredible. You don't need to have it all figured out to speak. You don't need a perfect script. You just need honesty. Your story at 25 is powerful. Your story at 65 is powerful. Your story at 85 is powerful. Every stage of your journey has value. Every chapter counts. I won't pretend it's easy. Sharing your story will bring challenges. There might be people who don't understand. There might be moments you second-guess yourself, but the breakthroughs are worth it. The moment someone comes up to you and says, your story made me feel seen, or the moment someone says, because you shared, I feel less alone. That's the moment you realize this was never just about you. This was about connection. This was about impact. If you're wondering where to start, here are a few ways. Start by writing. Don't worry about being polished. Just put the words down. Share with one trusted person, someone who will listen with an open heart. Choose a platform that feels right for you. Maybe it's a podcast, maybe it's social media, maybe it's simply telling your children or grandchildren at the dinner table. And most importantly, let go of perfection. Your story doesn't need to be perfect, it just needs to be yours. I'll be honest with you, I haven't always found it easy to share my story either. There were times I held back, times I thought I wasn't ready, times I wondered if it really mattered. But every single time I've chosen to open up, I've seen how it creates connection. It's deepened relationships, it's brought people closer, and it's given others permission to share too. That's why I believe so strongly in this, because I've lived it. And I'll keep telling my story in all its imperfect truth for as long as I can. So here's what I want to leave you with. Don't wait until it's too late. Don't keep your story locked away. But if you have been waiting, if you've been holding back, know this. It is never too late to begin. Your story matters. It matters today, it will matter tomorrow, and it will matter years from now. And someone, somewhere, needs to hear it. Thank you for spending this time with me today. If this message resonated with you, I'd love for you to share it. Maybe this episode is the nudge you need to start telling your own story. Because at the end of the day, stories are what connect us. And your story could be the one that changes someone else's life. I'm John Lim, and this has been episode 12. Until next time, keep sharing, keep connecting, and remember, it's never too late to tell your story.